with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved.
As you have seen from our new banners, the theme for this year's very special rally is personhood. Of course, we are here to celebrate the sacredness of human life from the moment of conception. But we are also here because we know that Ireland, both north and south, is on the brink of legalised abortion. In court last week, the Attorney General for Northern Ireland, in his appeal against the Human Rights Commission bid to legalise abortion, said, "Our domestic law recognises the personhood of unborn children. But right now, the Human Rights Commission and Amnesty International are doing everything they can to deny the personhood of unborn children who are currently protected by our pro-life laws, which is Section 58 and 59 of the Offences Against the Person Act 1861. And the Human Rights Commission and Amnesty International want to legalise abortion of unborn children with life-limiting disabilities, right up to birth. We all know abortion is a lethal assault against the very idea of human rights. As we all know, the fundamental right of all is the right to life.
Maeve was born at only 480 grams. She was one of the smallest babies born here. She was actually one of the earliest babies here to survive. I was told that she had a 0 to 1% chance of survival, but whenever I was having her, they brought that down to 0% and said that Maeve would never survive, and that when she was born, if she did survive, would be severely disabled for life. That's not the case. Maeve is now 8 months old. She's thriving. She is an absolutely happy, beautiful, lovely wee girl. She is the most strongest person in my life. She has made my life so much happier. And if I was to be told that that was going to be taken away from me, it certainly would never happen. So what I want to do is to urge anyone who is to have or go into preterm labour, fight for your baby. No one else is going to do it for you. They want to be able to just hand you your baby and let your baby pass away. Now, you have the right to fight for your child, Give your baby the chance.
Really is. We need to keep fighting for every unborn child, and we need to ensure that those children are given life. And in Northern Ireland and throughout the whole of Ireland, we can give our babies life because we're a pro-life nation, and we're pro-life and proud. Thank you.
And we stand here today to send a message to our politicians and to send a message to the United Nations and to tell the world they do not speak for us, nor for the majority of the Irish people. We, the majority, are here today, united and determined to deliver this message. We are the pro-life majority, and we stand for life, and we will not be bullied. We will not be bullied by the United Nations, or by the Human Rights Commission, or by Amnesty International, or by any other self-styled human rights outfit who now stand against innocent children and with a billion-dollar abortion industry which profits from killing children and hurting women. And you know, in contrast to what the United Nations has said, it is our pro-life laws that are progressive and compassionate. It is our laws that are on the right side of history. And it is abortion that is inhuman and cruel.
And there's one thing that comes to me, and it has came to me when you talk about abortion and the 600 babies that die in the UK every day. Elie Wiesel, who was a Holocaust survivor, he said to forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time. We will not forget the 50 million children who die every year, because God doesn't forget those children. These children are the least of the little ones in our society.
At this year's March for Life was a young woman called Sophie. The previous year, Sophie had been pregnant and she was struggling with depression amongst other factors in her life. And the only solution she had been offered was that of abortion, which, as we know, is no solution. Sophie had actually booked an abortion for the very next day. And she was in Birmingham just doing her shopping, thinking about what was going to happen to her the next day. And as she did this, she came across the March for Life. And she saw the pro-lifers, and she saw how joyful they were. She also saw a group of pro-abortionists, and she saw how angry they were. And in that instant, she knew which side she wanted to be on. She knew she wanted to be on the side of joy, the side of life. And so she went home and she cancelled her abortion. And this year she came back to March for Life. She came back to say thank you and to show us her new little baby boy, Riley. And though she couldn't be here today, she wanted to give you a message, and she wanted to really encourage you to keep on coming out in public like you do. She said you might never know whose lives you are touching. Other people might not have the courage that she did to come back and to say thank you and let you know how you've touched their lives. But believe me, when you witness in public, you do make a difference, even though you might not know whose life you're changing. Now, while we had a really, really wonderful speech from Sophie, and that really encouraged us,
we all know the biggest problem in the battle is that those who claim to be pro-choice want to cover up what abortion is. They want to deny the humanity of the unseen victim. They hide the truth from every mother considering abortion. They make her the manipulated victim. That's why education is so important in the pro-life movement. We work to expose the reality of abortion to the people of Northern Ireland. We must show the beautiful humanity and development of the unborn child and expose the brutal reality of abortion.
At this moment, I'd like to tell you about a great inspiration of ours, Sophie Scholl. Sophie was a young woman who, along with her brother, was part of the Youth for Life movement of her time, the White Rose movement. During the time of the Holocaust, the White Rose movement was a courageous group of young people who prepared and distributed leaflets in opposition to the Holocaust and educated the public about the truth of what was going on behind the fences of the concentration camps. A truth many people either had no of, or those who did know, chose to cover their eyes and ears, trying to blank out the horror that was going on around them. Sophie asked the question, how can we expect fate to let a righteous cause prevail when there is hardly anyone who will give himself up undividedly to a righteous cause? This should make us wonder, how can this world expect to end the Holocaust of abortion without young people who are willing to step out and spare just a couple of hours for this great cause?